Hello, hello, hello. I am live. It is Thursday night. I haven't been here for a couple of weeks because we were away last week up in Darwin, which is the top of Australia. So I'm pretty excited to get back into it, but I am not liking my look tonight at all. I look, yeah, very, have not prepared for tonight at all, looks wise, I mean. So I'm going to get straight into it. Let's turn the camera over. I don't need to see myself. Let's put it on to webcam. That's a much better face to look at. So everyone, I am Mrs. Red. Every Thursday night I do a live drawing night. And at the moment I am into a drawing of Julia Roberts. So 2 weeks ago, Thursday night 2 weeks ago, we covered the eyes, and now we're going to go on to the nose and mouth. So I've been doing just 5 minutes of warm up, just doing a little bit more shading in the eyes area and everything, because that still needed a little bit more, but I wanted to keep it until tonight because it was more of a warm up. For a reason. But then I started to go down. So in the very first video, I've actually, sorry, just give me one moment. I'm just going to put the chat up. There we go. So when I did this 2 weeks ago, I gave you an indication of where everything sits in the proportion of the face. Hang on. So where the eyes are to the nose, to the mouth, etc. And I put in some guidelines which are almost too faint for you to see. There's a line here which would be the bottom of the nose. Now, given that I have now done the eyes, I'm thinking that the bottom of the nose is actually going to be a little bit higher. So I just started doing, hang on, I just need to change to a H. I just started doing a little light drawing, trying to get in the swing of things, and I really felt that the nose was a bit too low. So I'm going to focus on that little shadow area there as being where my guideline is, which is just down here, which you probably can, oh yeah, you can see that. I've zoomed in quite a lot tonight, so hopefully it's not too grainy and everything. Getting a bit of flickering there. I hope that's not bothering anyone. Anyway, so I'm going to jump straight in. As last week, I'm using the Staedtler Lumograph pencils. I've got a range of different weights there. Oh, sorry. Come on, focus. So I've got a different range of weights there, and I will let you know which one I'm using when. I've also got the kneadable eraser. Sorry, that's the paper stump. That is the kneadable eraser, and just an ordinary eraser. And I have something new tonight as well, which I do want to use. I just don't know when I'm going to use it, and that is an electric eraser. So if I press this button, that will go. Now, if you can see in that image of Julia on your screen, or if I bring this one up, that's probably a better one. In her eyes, there are actually two highlights. You've got the main highlight, which we've done, but then there is this little highlight under here. So when I've finished with the eyes, won't be yet because I want to be able to go back and do a few little things, I'm going to touch that eraser just below the eyes and get that tiny little highlight there. You've got to be careful with these electric erasers because they work incredibly well. So I have bought a few of these and I will put them in the art shop very soon. All right, so let's get drawing. I'm going to, which one am I going to go for? I think I might start with the B weight. And I'm just going to mark in where my nose area is. We'll keep, actually, no, I'm going to change the the image for you guys to the black and white image, and because you're wanting to know the shading. Now, if you are on my database, you will have received this image in an email last night. If you're not on my database, go to the description below this video, or the last one, which was part 1 of Julia, and subscribe to my website, and you will receive the images as a PDF. I think it is PDF image, or is it a JPEG? It could be either. And you will receive a black and white one and the color one. So the color one we used for her eyes, and we'll use again for the jacket, because I've kind of lightened it so that we can really, really see into her eyes. And you'll notice when I change to this one, it's more about the skin tones, the nose, and we might jump back to the coloured one for the mouth. But anyway, so I will swap mine over here. I've got the colour one here, followed by the black and white one. So I will use that one for now. Put that out of view. I've made it nice and big so that you can only see what I'm drawing here. And I will just go back to the chat, and I will also turn my music back on. So I'm just listening to, what is it? It's 2000s pop music tonight. So I don't think anyone else will be able to hear that. It will only be myself. Hang on, I've just got to go back to that screen there. That way I can see you if you chat, or if you join on the stream as well, as my friend Mary did a couple of weeks ago. I had no idea you could even do that. All right, so I am now focusing on her nose and just getting these little dark areas of her nose in, and then we'll come back up here and start shading in the areas of her nose. Keep to the cheeks as well, and move down to the mouth. Not sure if I'll sketch in the mouth after the nose, or whether I'll focus on that area. We'll see how I go. So I'm using a B at the moment. Actually, I think I might move to a H, because I'm just doing some little areas. So straight down the nose, there is a highlight that's kind of, I'm just marking in, so you won't be able to see this too well. It'll be quite light. I am literally just marking in what is a highlight, kind of looking a bit like a cat's nose with this highlight. I'm not liking that song at all that I've put on. I'll let it go for a little bit longer before I change it back to my jazz music. It's a mix of 2000s, of the years 2000, which kind of wasn't a big fan of, so I don't know why I decided I'd give it a go. It's more of a 90s girl. Although I don't think Gaga was around in the 90s. And I saw that she's on this mix, so it's probably why. Now, remember, when you're drawing in this nose, look at guidelines in the eyes to give you the proportions of where the nose are. You've got no proportions depth-wise. Well, you do. You've got the ear, but that's not really going to help you. But what we're looking at here is straight down will be pretty much the center of the nose. This bit here is falling just shy of the little curve in her nostril there. And that's really the guidelines that I'm looking at. See, this one goes straight down and hits there, but that one hits a lot closer in. So you've just got to watch that. And then that little bit of skin that sits, I don't know what it's called, the tear duct area, that sort of sits closer there. So put all these little lines in, give yourself some little guidelines very lightly in a light pencil if you can. Oh, I can't stand that music. I need to change it. How do I change it? I don't think I can. Oh, I have to listen to it. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to bear with it. Bear with it. I don't know if you can hear my music or not. It's just on YouTube, so I don't get in trouble. Okay, so I'm just lightly putting in. Oh, I know what I've forgotten to do. I've forgotten to set my timer. What's the time? It's 10 minutes on the. Come on. Timer 1 hour. There we go. It's the last time I used it. Okay. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I have been drawing. What did I do there? What was that one there? Because we were up in Darwin for my husband's conference, business conference. And wow, that is a hot, hot place. Can't say I really enjoyed it that much. Coming from Gold Coast, which is hot anyway, and we've just left our summer behind, to go back to that heat again was not really what I wanted to do. You either had to be in a pool or in the air conditioning to get any relief from the heat. Now, I keep looking at my reference. Make sure that you're always looking at your reference. So I'm now looking at this little highlight here, and that runs straight into where the eyeball starts in her eye, which is right about there for me. So I might have to make that little highlight there a bit. And then the line coming down here for the cheek is running, let's see, kind of with the outside of that eye there. Excuse me, just have a quick drink. I've got a blood orange soda water happening tonight. So then that will run down into the mouth. It's hard to do that line actually. I might not try and do that line just yet because I don't have the outline of the mouth happening. Hoping that this area of the nose is in proportion to the eyes. It's a bit hard to work out where things go. And yeah, talking about heat, I have the heating on tonight rather than the door open, which I've had in the past because it's always been quite warm here, and it's finally turned cold on the Gold Coast. So we've had a few cool nights of late. Still got the rain hanging around, whichever one is over. Okay, I think I need to branch on. I've either got to do the mouth now or start shading. What do I do? I think I might keep going with the mouth just because I'm in the frame of mind of the sketching up with a light pencil. I'm using the H at the moment. So there's that little shadow under her nose just before her lip. Now she is smiling, so her mouth is distorted a bit. But if she wasn't smiling, the best way to work out sort of the proportions of where the mouth ends on the sides would be by where her pupil is. I'll go back to the coloured version because it's a bit lighter. So with the coloured version, with a pupil, if you draw some tear lines down, that's where generally where a mouth will meet. Now, because she's smiling, it's just stretching it just shy of that line. So we've got to come out just shy of that that smile line for there. But that's a really good guide to help you with it. So we've got those guidelines running down here. All right, we're on to a much better song now. Bit of Rihanna. Shine bright like a diamond. Let me know where you're from, if you're joining me live or afterwards. Let me know where you're coming in from. I might be very, very rusty here and not be able to get the drawing done very well. I'm feeling it. Keep looking at your drawing. Okay, so that's going just past that line. I'll go this way now. Beautiful lips, Julia. Nice and natural. That looks just freaky. Oh, that looks so weird. It looks like a nose. It's not. If this isn't straight down, which it's not, I'm going to have to rub that nose out. I can see it on the screen. That's what made me realise that the nose is too far over. Sorry, folks. But this is what happens. You've got to get them right, otherwise it is not going to come together. And this may be because I have been away for 2 weeks. I'm not going to rub out all of that smile line there because I think I was getting that fairly right. But I'm going to draw a very faint line straight down through there. Poor Julia, I gave her a very, very bent nose. All right, let's start that again. So that's there. Put in that highlight. Now this is going to, maybe I've got to play. No. No, I'm not letting you out yet. So I'm getting this corner here coming up into her eyeball. And that one, that nostril isn't as, it's a different shape to the other nostril. Which looks a bit odd, but that is the shape of her nose. One is a little bit higher, which is this side. And then this one is a bit lower. I've got to try and make it not look too obvious because you can't notice it until you're actually drawing it. All right, so I've put those lines in there, which will then bring that. Yes, you go and sit up there for a minute. Got a lovely shape to her smile. Keep looking at your reference picture. Draw what you see, not what you think you see. Don't draw a mouth. Draw the shapes. Okay, how are we going there? That's looking like a bit of a straighter nose. Much better. All right, we've got a lot of little lines coming down here, which will all disappear when I start shading, so I'm not going to worry about rubbing them out. But I am going to move to maybe the 2B and start putting in some of the shading and skin tone. I have got my glove handy tonight if I want to use it, which I don't think I will. I'll probably need to use it when I start doing the hair, because I will definitely be putting my hand over areas of the drawing. Now, I didn't redo that highlight, so I'll just put it in now. When you're just doing an area that hasn't got a lot of tone to it, you just want to build it up with layers so that you can't see your pencil marks. And of course, we can use our blending tool as well, the paper stump or blending tool, depending on what you want to call it, which was this little one. So very handy to have a couple of them, especially if you're using a paper like I am, which is a bamboo paper with a bit of cotton in it as well. So its texture, well, it has a little bit of texture to it. It's not entirely smooth. Now that shadow tends to head down here. I'll try and get this area done before I go to that side, just so I'm not working over the top of my pencil lines. Just using the 2B at the moment. Get a bit more dark happening up there too. If you do jump in, let me know that you can hear me as well. I have seen a few people jump in and jump back out. I'm hoping that everything's fine sound-wise. My husband's gone and turned the football on, as he does on a Thursday night when I disappear in here. There's any chance he gets to watch it, really. I've only got one TV. So if it's both of us, it's definitely not football on. Just drawing in that nostril dark area. Okay. Got a bit of a line going on there where I've been shading, so I need to make sure I get rid of that. Easiest way to move around things like that is to shade in a different direction as well, and also using the paper stump. So I'll go different direction, and that will generally help block out those areas that are starting to build up in little lines. I can hear my husband telling the dog off. He's very, very naughty, that beagle. Oh, he's barking now. Wants to play games. Okay, so I'm just building layers here, going very lightly, and then we'll add in little bits of tone where needed. But it is quite a flat area. Although you don't want it to look flat, it is an area that has not got a lot of tone to it. So we're just putting down that nice gentle layer, very softly. Yeah, you can barely see it on the screen. I might even put a bit of blending tool in very soon, just to smooth it out. Okay. Got to be careful with the blending tool if you haven't, like, you've got to use it consistently. Otherwise, it will be very obvious because it's really starting to, I'm not putting any pressure on it, but it's moving the graphite around on the paper and it smooths it out. So it gets rid of the harsher texture. I don't know, because it's still quite light. Oh yeah, you can notice the difference there. Yeah. So I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm just letting it rub across that layer of graphite. But I will then go and put more graphite down over the top. And of course I can use my kneadable eraser if I need to take graphite back off. The dirtier the paper stump, the better too. As long as you stay with, like, this has just had graphite on it. So you don't want to go from a charcoal to a Conti, to a pastel, to a graphite. Kind of keep them in the same media. Okay. It looks a little bit grittier on the screen. I'm not sure why that is. I guess it's because I've zoomed in on the camera. Okay, let's see, there's... I'm going to change this music over. I'm going to go back to the jazz. What was it? The coffee shop, jazz, cozy jazz music and bookstore cafe ambiance. Much smoother. Hang on, I'm just going to turn up this volume a bit. Whoops. And I'm just going to put it back onto my app. There we go. Oh gosh, that's not looking very nice, is it? It's looking like her nose is way too far down. Okay. It's very hard to gauge what I've got going on here, but it's just looking way too long. I think it needs to be more up here. Okay, let's work our way down. We've got a bit of shading here, coming to a bit of a point there. See, this is what happens when you take a week off. You get out of the groove. I keep seeing the one on the screen, and that one's the one that doesn't look right. Yeah, I'm going to move that nose up for sure, because that finishes there. Doesn't have to go up too high, but yeah, I'm going to have to move it. It's too low. Sorry, Julia. It's all right. Everything was drawn very lightly still. But I will move her mouth as well. This is what I thought when I started this tonight, thinking that the line for her nose was too low. So with that line there and then this line coming here, we're going to be drawing the about there. Nostril there. Now keeping those guidelines there. Wow, second time tonight that I've moved the drawing. But you can, oh hang on, now it's looking like it's not straight down again. You cannot be drawing something that is not correct. So there's the tip of the nose there, and this will come up. Because if it doesn't look right while you're sketching it up, it is not going to be right when you actually start putting in all the toning. There's no point continuing if it's not right. Move that one over a bit as well. It is starting to get a little bit grubby here, but that's okay because there's going to be a lot of shading going on. Who's soothing sounds? Okay, I'm not sure who this is that's commented. Hello. I don't know if you can hear my music, but it's definitely a bit more soothing than what I had on. You can hear me though, can't you? I had problems 3 weeks ago where the actual video didn't even go live, didn't upload, didn't do anything. So I really was sitting by myself. Now that's starting to look a little bit better. I'm happier with where her nose is now. Thank goodness. Yeah. It's very hard when you just start doing a drawing to work out the proportions of certain areas. I will mention again that this is the first time I've ever done a drawing from scratch without a grid. So normally I'd have a grid drawn up and that would be able to give me the idea of proportions. Whereas this one, apart from doing it, like there's been 2 weeks since I last drew, I'm also drawing just by looking at it rather than having a grid to help me out. Hi, Marcus. You can hear me then. I hope you can hear me. Thank you for joining. Are you drawing with me? Yes, good. Yes, you can hear me. Good, 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 good. Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't want to be rattling on for no point at all. Okay, now how am I going drawing wise? See, I've got half an hour to go and I haven't even got into the shading of the nose yet because I've had to redraw it a couple of times. Okay. But it's looking, I keep looking at the one on the screen because that's the one that's a little bit more obvious to me. Excellent. You are drawing. Fantastic. Okay. Just trying to put in a few little shadows just to see, make sure that I am getting the proportion of the nose, the length of it correct. Now that little corner of her nose there, it's going right into the white of her eye. Sorry, I've gone silent. I'm just concentrating. I keep looking at my picture of Julia, my grayscale image, which is the one that I've got up on the screen there. Just trying to make sure that I get all these little shadows and highlights and everything all correct. She's got fantastic facial features. Little highlights in the nose there. I'm still using the 2B. Not brave enough to go any darker at the moment. Although it is going to need to be sharpened very soon. Don't ever want to be working with a blunt pencil. Okay. Now I'll be drawing for an hour for sure, since I set the timer. But if I feel like drawing a little bit more, I will do. It's just a guide. Not trying to draw this in a certain time frame at all. But saying that, I'm a very slow drawer. Just going to grab a sip of my drink. Okay, now you can still see that highlight there. I might just, I've kind of done a little line where I wanted the highlight to go and I don't want it to be seen. Good old trusty kneadable eraser. There we go. Perfect. So I haven't ever been putting too much pressure on my pencil, so that's why I've been able to erase so easily. Oh, that nose looks so much better. Still is looking a bit long on when I look up at the computer, but we're going to stick with this one and hope that it works out. I hope I've gone out far enough on her. I go down there. Okay, I might start to do this cheek here as well. I just need to get a bit of its shading in place So like the other side, I'll just go over it in the 2B very, very lightly, and then change direction and go over it again, and then use the paper stump. Kat's decided that she wants to go out again now. She doesn't like me closing the door, but it has turned cold and the door is closed and the heat is on. So at least I don't have to worry about the bugs. You can start to see those lines, even though it's very light, you can start to see those lines starting up again. That will disappear when I change direction and use the blending tool. No, you don't need to go out yet. Just add a little bit more to this and then I'll use the blending tool on it. And then put in some extra shading. Actually, I could do that now. Gee, I was hoping to get the mouth done tonight as well, but I've kind of stumbled on getting the nose right after having a 2-week break. Now this nose bit here, I've got a line that will go down. There. No. If she makes one of those painful sounding meows, I'm going to have to get up and let her out. Again, I'm not using any pressure on the blending tool. Just pushing graphite around. Gosh. It's so hard to know if you're doing the right thing here because just doing a nose and a mouth is, a nose and the eyes is not enough. Sorry, my allergies are playing up tonight. I've got a bit of a runny nose. I am going to sharpen this pencil, which is I'm going to have to go back to a little bit of fine shading because it's a very sharp pencil now. Oh, my son is just yelling out that tomorrow is National Donut Day. It's lovely if you can eat wheat, which I can't. So I don't want to know about Donut Day. Anything for a free donut, Will. Okay, I'm just going to take that groove out there. I want to move it. I think my son is trying to get free donuts out of my husband. All right, that's better. Just moved that little bit there out of the way. What time are we on? 20 minutes. Well, it looks like I'm going to get the nose done tonight. There we go, just getting a little bit of shading happening. Now, let's work out, I need to work out the smile because she's got quite a defined line there for that cheek, and that's just going to bounce off a bit of shading in that area. So I really need to work out where that mouth is going now. I might go back to, what was it, the H, just to work out the mouth. So there's that there. I think this is the third time I've drawn her lips tonight too. I've still got the guidelines of where that mouth is going. Keep looking at your reference when you're drawing things like this mouth. Got to see the shape of her lovely smile. Great shaped lips. But yeah, no, don't like what I'm doing there. Don't take your eye off your reference picture. Now, hang on. Sorry, I was getting a bit of a lean going on there. Remember, there is a technique to doing teeth. I will get into that when the time is right. Gee, I've made this page dirty. I can see lots of graphite pushed around. I feel like I've done her smile on a bit of a lean. I think it has to come up a bit higher here. That's it. So that a bit there. Now the teeth, roughly going to be, actually I'll just do the bottom lip. Got to make sure that it's straight. Well, doesn't that look weird? That looks like her mouth, but it's not. That all her teeth are in there. Oh gosh, looks so weird. And that's going to be quite a dark area just there. And then okay. Now that I've just done the outline of where her mouth is, I'm going to go back up to the cheekbones and keep going with that. That looks very, very weird. Very weird. Oh, now I feel like that side.
I'm sorry.
Oh gosh. Sorry, Siri. I feel like that side of the mouth is too high now. Oh, it's so hard to see. So hard to see. But yeah, I'm going to straighten that bit there. There we go. Okay, so now I can get back to this cheek area. Okay, going back to the 2B again. Oh, that looks so weird on the screen. I'm just going to put in a little bit of the side of her face here. I feel like I need a little bit of a guideline. This is when I always wish that I had a camera looking at me, looking at what I'm doing, because I'm forever turning my head and looking at the reference photo. Oh, you can't see that. Maybe I'll just shorten Julia a bit, bring her in a bit. There we go. Let me know if that's no good. And I can bring it back up again, but I'm just giving her a bit of a shape to her face. I just feel like I need it for the shading. So so hard to see if this is working or not because of not doing in the teeth, looking like a lip with a weird bottom bit. At the moment I'm not touching any of the drawing as I'm right over this side. Just wanting to add a little bit more shading. There we go. So we've kind of done the outline of where the face is. So I never knew where I was going with this, what would be done first and last and all of that. Well, I knew what was going to be done first. The eyes were always going to be done first, but I thought I would focus straight down to nose and mouth, and as it turns out, I feel like I just need to have a little bit more depth happening around the cheekbones. What was I doing last Thursday night? We were at the Mindle markets. So up in Darwin, every Thursday and Sunday night they have these beach markets. Heaps of food stalls. I'd say 20 to 30 food stalls and a few crafty stalls as well. And we were there and it was so hot. So hot. I remember walking around the market. There was heaps of people. I was walking around the market and I just thought I need to get out of here. It was just too hot. So we went back to the casino, which is where the whole business people were staying. So we were booked in as well. And I went in the bar there and did not come back out. I stayed in there in the cool. Great food markets though. Now what time have I got? I've got 4 minutes left until an hour's up. I feel like her face is a bit longer than it should be, even though I've moved the nose a couple of times. Oh, went very dark just then. Very dark. I'll have to go over the this area here with the blending tool soon. I think Julia is entering her ugly phase, which every drawing and painting has. Just got a feeling that's where we're at. I'll have to put a little highlight back in to that creasy bit there. I tell you, when I do the teeth, it will really start to, it will be able to know what's happening, whether it's looking good or bad. Yes, you can go out soon. I don't want to be scared by my alarm going off. I might zoom out at the end of this because it looks very, very grainy. Whoop. There we go. And I'll just hit repeat. It looks very grainy. It's not as grainy as it looks. I need to use my blending tool again now. Over this area. No weight on it, just smoothing everything out. And not putting my hand down on my drawing either. Easy not to do that with a blending tool. I'm going to have to blow my nose again soon. My allergies have got me tonight. Something making me sneeze. Okay, just bear with me a second while I just... Excuse me. Okay. Well, I kind of got one cheek and the nose done tonight. So what do? I think I need to just do this side as well, down to the same area down there. A, because I'm sort of like in the groove of it, and B, it just doesn't look finished. That nose in the end happened very, very organically. Just looking where the shading had to go, just putting a layer on top of a layer, smoothing it out, adding a bit more. So I will just bring in a bit of shape now so we can match it. So it kind of goes on an angle there. Don't think you can see it too well on that black and white. If I bring that up again, for anyone who is following along, there we go. Kind of need to get this angle. Got the jawline all right. It's this side of the face that's annoying me. I think I might have gone a bit too... I'm going to have to bring that little bit out a little bit. And I probably just have to bring her eyebrow out to about there. That's it. Yep. Okay. So we bring... So the idea behind doing this portrait of Julia, I was thinking was going to take me 3 to 4 sessions. This is session 2, and I was hoping to complete the mouth and the nose tonight, which isn't going to happen. Kind of stumbled on that, not getting the nose right to begin with, and just not feeling like I jumped back into it after a week off. And when I say a week off, I mean a week off all kind of art, like just doing anything for my business, because I have been away and it really was a week off. I did a little bit of doodling, but yeah, that was just on the plane. Really didn't. I read some books, read some magazines, drank a lot of cocktails, swam in the pool, saw the crocodiles, but didn't do too much drawing. So I do feel a little bit rusty, which is interesting because I started doing these Thursday night drawing back in February, and I'm doing them because I haven't drawn for myself for 25 years. So to say I feel a bit rusty after 2 weeks is kind of funny. Good funny though. So I won't start the mouth tonight, even though the mouth isn't going to take me too long to do. I don't think I will anyway. I need to use the blending tool very soon on this side. Okay. I wonder if I should actually just zoom out a little bit. I will very soon. I can't remember if I've actually put the blending tool down on this side of the face yet. I guess I have. I'll go for a second go very soon. Can't believe I'm still with the 2B. Very comfortable with it tonight. It's got to come in a bit more. Okay, sorry I've gone quiet on you. I will actually jump to my camera here and just bring out the zoom a little bit. There we go. Oh yes, that looks very weird. Almost looks like her eyes are not. Okay, just keep going. Keep going. Shading can change a lot of things. So nothing is final at the moment. Her nose is not looking wide enough to me. I think I'm going to have to do something about the nose. It is, oh, hang on. It is different both sides. And I think I've achieved that without it making it look odd. But it just feels like it's not wide enough. Yeah, anyway, I won't worry about too much at the moment. All right, am I going to finish that for the night? I think I will. I think I need to look at it with a new set of eyes. So it will be next Thursday night, and then there'll be a Thursday night off again because I'm attending a business expo and I will just be exhausted. So I don't want the pressure of knowing that I've got to then sit down and draw, because this is very, very calming. And if I'm exhausted, I just won't be able to put the focus that I want to into it. All right. Well, I don't know if this is looking like Julia or not anymore. I'll just scroll out a little bit more. There we go. Very hard to know. Very, very hard to know. But I will leave it there for the night. And then that way, it's so weird knowing that there is where her teeth are. So hopefully when that goes in next week, we'll start to work out whether or not this is looking like Julia or not. Oh gosh. All right. Oh, I'm looking at the image on the screen. I feel like it's got a little bit more depth to it than the printout that I've got. Let's have a look. See what I mean? The one on the screen is still got a lot more depth to it. I should be looking up at it more. You can see a highlight there, which I don't have. I might just change that now. Quite blunt. There we go, almost did it. It's a bit better. To be. Yeah, I haven't got the... I just want to put in a bit more darkness here. Or tone, I should say, not darkness. A bit more tone. That shadow, I think I need to just sort of leave... bring that in a bit there. Because the hair will help. That shape's very naked at the moment because it hasn't got the hairline with it. So it's kind of just sitting there with no purpose as to why. That's a bit better. Okay. All right, let's call that a night. Yeah, it's an extra 20 minutes. We'll very quickly put the camera back onto myself because that's what I do. There we go. I'm feeling tired. I don't feel as tired as I look tonight, let's just say. But that is it. We will get back and do the mouth and start on the hair, neckline. I'm just looking at the screen at the moment. Hair and neckline for next week because the mouth is drawn in, it isn't going to take as long to do. And you need to know how to do teeth. Teeth, there is a secret way to do teeth. I did it in my mouth drawing. It would have been probably a couple of months ago now. I did a night of just drawing mouths, and you can see some teeth in that one. But I will leave Julia's teeth for next week. So I will see you then. Thank you for that. Let me know where you are drawing from as well. Make sure you comment in below. And if you are drawing along with me and you want to show me your work, please email it to me. It's on the description below. Or on Facebook or Instagram, you can contact me there as well. Just Mrs. Red's Art Room. It's all in the details, all in the description. Thanks, everyone. See you again next week. Bye.